All right, Shalom. Before I start, let me give all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Rakakwadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim, Walk, Wathium, learning and teaching in truth and sincerity. All right, this is going to be another video through the Spirit. All right, I got these couple of scriptures. Basically, just doing some reading. The Spirit came to me for this video. And Salakia for the animal noises. All right, I got this fucking cat all up on me. You might hear the dog from outside. But basically the point of this video, the reason why the prophets, when you read through the scriptures, you have several instances, where the prophets were complaining, hardcore about the current condition of life in the affair of the world. And the men back in today's time, beginning with our elders and apostles here at Great Millstone, all right, all the brothers, brothers do all these lessons, bringing out all the wickedness of this world. A righteous man, that this world is out of whack. And the prophets back then understood that something was not right, all right, which is why on a couple occasions, I'm going to get one dealing with the prophet Jeremiah and dealing with the prophet Ezra, all right, or Edris, as from the books of 1st and 2nd Edris. All right, they had both complained. They was like, look, Lord, why was we even born to see the misery of our people? All right, why? Because spiritually they knew, that we weren't supposed to be like this, that things weren't always this destroyed and broken. They may not have knew who they were in their past life, but they knew that, their forefathers, back before their time, it wasn't as bad, that the earth wasn't as destroyed as it was in their lifetime. And if they knew that the earth was destroyed so bad in their lifetime, how much more is it destroyed in 2020? All right, so let's get it. All right, we're going to start with Jeremiah chapter 20. And I looked up the prophet Edris or Ezra. I'm going to put up pictures for it, So this is Jeremiah 20, and I'm going to start at verse 14. This is what Jeremiah said concerning his own life. He said, "Cursed be the day wherein I was born. Let not the day wherein my mother bare me be blessed. Cursed be the man who brought tidings to my father, saying, a man-child is born unto thee, making him very glad." So Jeremiah was regretting even being born because of what? All the wickedness in the world, all of the rebellious people that he had to be around, his own wicked people that were merciless, oppress the poor, no righteous judgment, and then the fact that the heathens were over us. All right, in Jeremiah's time, you had Nebuchadnezzar literally beating in the fucking door, beating in Jerusalem, right before he finally came in and ransacked the place, took the majority of us as slaves and allowed a couple of us to stay behind. All right, took down the kings of Judah and Israel. All right, or I'll just say Judah, dealing specifically with Nebuchadnezzar in the southern kingdom. All right, Jeremiah was wishing that he wasn't even born. He was putting curses on the man who helped on the midwives, the people that was helping him be born. All right, verse 16, it says, "Let that man be as the cities which the Lord overthrew and repented not, and let him hear the cry in the morning and the shouting at noontide, because he slew me not from the womb, or that my mother might have been my grave, and her womb to be always great with me." Yep, so he would have rather to have been a miscarriage or a daggone abortion, to rather than to see this current condition of his people, and this is a righteous mindset. All right, if you're not in that mindset of hating this world, then you have an incorrect mindset. All right, now that's no excuse to be a bum, shiftless, not working, flop housing around in your grandma's house. That's not what I'm telling you. But a righteous man is going to see this world for what it is and realize that this is a bunch of horseshit. All right, verse 18, it says, "Wherefore came I forth out of the womb to see labor and sorrow, that my days should be consumed with shame." All right, and when you read into the scriptures, you see the promises, you see the good things that the nation of Israel is supposed to inherit. And then you look back out into the world and you realize we're not in that case. Our people are covered in shame. We labor and we sorrow. All right, don't let Chargers and Challengers and and Gucci and Fendi and Prada deceive you. Our people are out here suffering, and specifically the elect and the 1/3, because that's who it's about. All right, the righteous are out here suffering. All right, going through hell, in this wicked, evil world. And if you can't see that, then something is wrong with you. All right, the animals see it. The animals acknowledge it. Why do you think they ripping and running in places that they're not supposed to be? All right, they don't even have their natural habitats anymore. They know something is wrong. All right, so us, Lord willing, the righteous men should know something is wrong and should be in a similar spirit and mindset. Kind of another one now dealing with Esdras. All right, because the whole chapters, when you read Second Esdras, chapters like what 5, 6, and 7, shoot 4, shoot 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Basically Esdras is giving his complaint to the Most High. Saying, man, what the fuck? Hey, he's saying, what the f? Why is the nation of Israel destroyed? Why are we so broken? Why won't they keep the commandments? Why are these heathen ruling over us? All right, 2 Esdras 5 and 35. It says, and he said unto me, thou canst not. And I said, wherefore, Lord, whereunto was I born then? Or why was not my mother's womb then my grave, that I might not have seen the travail of Jacob and the wearisome toil of the stock of Israel? All right. So Esdras knew deep down in his spirit, all right, and he came to understand of reincarnation. He was aware of reincarnation. When you read 2 Esdras 14, he was showed visions of the end days, and he asked where his standing was going to be. So, in his spirit, he knew that the way that he was living in his life as Ezra is not the way that the Israelites were supposed to be. That things used to do better, all right, or used to be better, which is why in our spirit today, the righteous are crying out, because we know that there's been better times, that there's supposed to be better things, and that there is something better coming. All right, another scripture. One more. I go back to Jeremiah. Jeremiah was known as the weeping prophet for a reason. He was sick. He was tired of the shit. And look how many several thousands of years have passed since he's been around. So Jeremiah is back somewhere really, really tired of this stuff. All right, Jeremiah 9 and 1. It says, oh, that my head were waters, and mine eyes a fountain of tears, that I might weep day and night for the slain of the daughter of my people. Oh, that I had in the wilderness a lodging place of wayfaring men, that I might leave my people and go from them. For they be all adulterers and assembly of treacherous men. Kind of salak. So that's Jeremiah right there. He's complaining of, once again, the condition of the world and his people, which a righteous man will do. He said, Lord, I wish I just had I wish I was just a bank of water. I would just cry all day, let the tears flow. That's how bad he was feeling. Because when you look into this world, okay, let's analyze some of the things that are normalized in society. Is being born, having to be cut out of your mother, is that normal? All right, is having to get permission to move, to travel from one place, having to go spend hundreds of dollars, no, F that, thousands of dollars, because now we're talking about the price of your vehicle, which you don't own. All right, in most cases, even if you are buying it out, they can still come repo it or leasing it, having to pay thousands of dollars for a form of transportation, and then extra hundreds of dollars for it to be considered legal so you can actually use it. Is that the type of world you think we're supposed to be living in? Does that sound like an ideal world? A world where, you just walk down the street and just a crazy psycho could just come murder you, because he's off his medication for that day. All right, a world where your children are off being indoctrinated for 8 to 10 hours a day. And when you come home from working like a slave, you're working all these hard hours making pennies while the company over you is making billions of, trillions. Does that sound like the ideal world? That's why the prophets were crying out. That's why they had wished that they weren't even born. They would rather have been dead than to have been alive and even see that type of lifestyle going on in the world. All right. Another thing, let me get this. Wise man mad. Just a real quick touch up. Don't let nothing in this world deceive you. All right. Still keep your wits about you. This is not our kingdom. All right. The prophets understood that back then, so we're supposed to have a even more thorough understanding of that in 2020, seeing all the BS that's going on. All All right, Ecclesiastes 7:7. It says, "Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart." So that shows you who's truly wise. All right, when you look at to observe a man and to see how he acts, his countenance, just hey, see, is he a happy-go-lucky ass? Go along, get along. Nigga happy in the world. He happy with the white man. He don't even use the term white man. That's too much for him. He's happy with the fair skinned folk. Hey, that truly shows you who wants to get out of here and who doesn't. Who is really, looking for the salvation of the Lord. And we know, sure shit, it's not you Edomites, you so-called white people. This is your world. You're happy. The only time if you get angry, it's because your bank account got messed up, or you found out that your daughter is with one of the Negroes. All right, but a true righteous man, a wise man, a holy man, is gonna be indignant. All right, gonna be furious at the current condition of the world, as many of the prophets were. All right, the prophets. Hey, that's all. Hey, all the prophets did was complain about the condition of this world, especially Esdras. All right, hey, we get more proof. On 2nd Esdras 5, and we're gonna start at probably 56. I'm gonna read all the way down through to 59. All right, 2nd Esdras 6 and 56. It says, as for the other people which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and hast likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. Now, O Lord, behold, these heathen, which have ever been reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us and to devour us. So not only are the chosen people, not only are we sinning and messing up, but we have people who are, in the eyes of the Heavenly Father, they're not loved. They're not loved. They're looked at as a lot less than we are. They're looked at as spit. Hey, imagine a nigga, upholding his peas more than the steak. You had a nigga's plate, man. Nigga, where the peas at? He not trying to dig into the main course of the meal. All right, when you go out to eat, do you go to get fries? When you go out to eat, is it because that rice, man? Nigga, this rice, my nigga. Or what? You want the main course. The Israelites are the main course of this world, the premier people of this world. But as of right now, it's not so. These heathens are over us, and and it takes a man in his right mind state will acknowledge that he is the Israelite man that is in his right mind state will recognize that he is an Israelite. All right, hey, the names of the Heavenly Father and His Son is Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, and that this world is out of course. These heathens aren't supposed to be running this world into the ground as it's being ran. All right, this is the complaint that Esdras is making. Verse 58, it says, "But we thy people whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thine only begotten, and thy fervent lover are given into their hands. If the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure?" All right, so that's what Esdras was complaining of. We're the chosen people. Why the hell are these idolatrous, dookie-eating, war-loving, hateful, wicked groups of people, nations, why are they over us? Why are they running the show? Why are they calling the shots? And why are we being treated like crap? All right, and if the Lord is not dealing with you, you're just not going to have that mindset, period. All right, and that's just one of the things you have to get down and understand. One of the requirements for salvation. All right, if you're okay with this place, if it's not so bad, it's not too bad. We just, certain Jake, you get to talking to niggas, on the job. Man, you know what, man, nigga, I go home, I get my drink, nigga. If somebody's in that type of spirit, it's not too bad spirit. That's not becoming of salvation. That's not the spirit to be in. It's not so bad. It could be worse. Yeah, it could be worse, but this shit is trash. All right. A dumpster is a dumpster. If you just because you're on top of the dumpster, you could be lower in the dumpster, but being inside of a dumpster is not a good position in and of itself. All right, and a righteous man isn't gonna want to be in a dumpster at all. Fucking period. All right. So that's about it for this video. I just wanted to highlight that point. The prophets were always, and that's one of the signs of, who the men of the Lord are. All right, who Who really hates this place? Who really wants to get up out of here? All right. So with that, I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Rachakurash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim. Walk them, learning, teaching in truth and sincerity. And I'm gonna say Shalom.